In Module 2, we will cover basic safety topics, tank safety, general waste, animal waste, and cleanliness. During the process of removing animals from their tanks or similar situations where water may splash or spray outside of the tank, the floors may be wet and slippery. Do not run or turn too quickly when walking through the facility. We suggest that you wear non-slip shoes when working in the facility to avoid any injuries. Please clean up after yourself if you do get water on the floor. Electric and water do not mix. You must be careful when working with electrical devices. These devices would include scales, plug-in meters, lights, among others. Please make sure any electrical cords on equipment or extension cords appear to be intact. When using the devices, make sure the power cords are not laying in the water, have the potential to fall into water, or get splashed by water. All of the electrical receptacles in ARC are GFI, or ground fault interrupters, protected at the circuit breaker. These are similar to outlets located in kitchens and bathrooms in your home. The ARC has many areas, such as tanks, that are elevated and require steps, step stools, platforms, ladders, or moving staircases to access them. Before using one of these items, please make sure that they appear to be in good working order. If you see any evidence that something may be wrong, don't use the equipment and contact ARC staff so the items can be repaired or replaced. When positioned above the floor, you may need to extend your reach in order to operate a valve, clean an area, or for some other reason. When doing so, make sure you do not overreach and lose your balance. If something is out of reach, it is best to reposition the ladder or staircase to get closer to the item. If you are unable to reach an item or feel uncomfortable doing so, please see an ARC staff member and we can assist you. Be sure to alert ARC staff of any safety concerns or incidents in ARC. ARC uses different types of receptacles for various trash. Vinyl, latex, or other gloves should go to specific trash receptacles for gloves. This is a building-wide policy. Regular trash can go into normal trash receptacles. Please make sure your trash is placed into the correct receptacle. If any receptacles are full, please let ARC staff know so they can empty the receptacle and put the new bags in. All wastewater in the facility should be drained to the wastewater sumps, which are blue square tanks. Each waste sump pumps the water to the centralized disinfection tank, which uses ozone to disinfect the water before leaving the facility. All dead animals and animal parts must go into the mortality freezer at the loading dock in room G062. They may not go into a regular trash can. Environmental health and safety will usually pick up items from the mortality freezer every Wednesday. All fish deaths get recorded in 3 different locations. 1. Every system has their own clipboard with a running tally of animals in the system. It is important to make note of how many fish have died as well as the cause. Then subtract the deaths from the running total. 2. The mortality log is located under the tank whiteboard in the ARC lab. And 3. The 2 tank whiteboards in the ARC lab should be updated with deaths as well. Please clean up after yourselves. This includes any trash, water, equipment, fluids, animals, etc. generated by your activities in ARC. Common equipment must be cleaned by the user, and this includes tubs, tanks, and containers that are temporarily holding animals. Drain the water from the tanks, rinse with tap water, and scrub with betadine and alcohol. Used labware can be placed in the ARC dishwasher for cleaning, which is located in the ARC lab space. ARC staff are not responsible for cleaning up after you, and the area must be clean for the next researcher to use. Place all sharps, such as needles, razor blades, and scalpels, in red plastic sharps containers. All syringe needles must be left uncapped when being placed in the sharps container. If you are using a syringe, unscrew the needle and only put the uncapped needle in the sharps container. The cap for the syringe can go in a regular trash receptacle. If the syringe has a built-in needle, put the entire syringe, except for the cap, into the sharps container. Please notify ARC staff when the containers are full and need to be replaced. Please do not overfill the sharps containers, as this is a dangerous practice. There are fill lines on the outside of the containers that shows when you should stop filling it and when you should notify ARC staff. Now it is time to assess your knowledge of what you have learned so far. When an animal death occurs, what are the 3 steps you need to take to record the animal death? The answer is that all fish deaths should be recorded in 3 locations. The system clipboard, where each system has a clipboard with a running total of animals in the system. You must list the cause of death and then subtract from the total. The mortality log that is located under the tank whiteboard in the ARC lab. And the tank whiteboards in the ARC lab that should be also updated with the deaths.